the city rec center. It was insane how much it was selling. I mean, I was literally there every other day. And I think in the first month we grossed with that one machine $5,000 in sales.
Wow.
Middle school has about between 200 and 250 students. And the high school has about 400. And the middle school did 72 vends.
Wow.
And the high school did 108.
108.
In one
With
day.
400 students, 108 sales.
108 vends, yeah.
And that's how you do a vending machine business today. It's my client Stetson Smith. I followed up with him now that all of his vending machines are in operation. Stetson was able to get into 3 high traffic vending machine locations. A recreation center sees 500 to 1,000 people a day, depending on the time of year. And then 2 schools, a middle school and a high school. Getting vending machine locations is the most difficult aspect of the vending machine business. And getting high traffic vending machine locations, getting them to remove their existing vending machines is even harder. Except if you're a Vending Accelerator client. I have a bulletproof system, tools, and my mentorship that allows my clients to get into high traffic vending machine locations all over the United States, and this is always the results. But don't take it from me, you're gonna hear it from Stetson today. And if you're interested in working with me and my team, getting my tools, my bulletproof system, and a mentorship from the only high traffic vending location expert in the United States, reach out. Enjoy the video. Stetson Smith.
Ryan.
How are you, man? Everything.
You and me both.
We just want to check in with you, see how you're doing.
As far as sales go, it's definitely been interesting. I think I've been blessed and lucked out with the combinations that I have. Because during the summer, the city rec center, it was insane how much it was selling. I mean, I was literally there every other day. And I think in the first month we grossed with that one machine $5,000 in sales.
Wow. Did we ever get a number on the foot traffic?
500 check-ins a day during non-summer months. During the summer, it doubles.
Yeah.
And we obviously were seeing crazy numbers. And we had that one machine there for a long time. And then when we put the second one outside, that inside machine was still doing that numbers plus the outside machine.
Okay, nice. What did that outdoor machine add?
Yeah, it did about 40 vends a day, 30 to 40.
So, I mean, you're probably upwards of then about 6,500, maybe $7,000 at the high points of the summer months.
Yeah, and it's definitely slowed down right as the school comes to session, but now the schools are flipping around. And the schools, I think, as far as just what you typically expect, are doing way more than even the basic 10% rule.
Well, I always say 10% just to expectation in any location. And we generally see, upwards of 15, 20 to 25% in schools. So remind me, because I know you're in the high school and you're in the middle school.
Yeah.
How many students are at each school?
So the middle school has about between 200 and 250 students, and the high school has about 400. And the middle school, I mean, I just yesterday looked at the numbers, did 72 vends.
Wow.
And the high school did 108.
108.
In one
With
day.
400 students, 108 sales?
108 vends, yeah. And honestly, because there's a couple drinks in there that I think the staff likes, the assistant principal straight up told me what he liked, and it was compliant, which is good. And I put it in there, and he told me many times, every time I go up there, he said, I'll keep you in business, just myself, getting something every day from you.
What was the product?
It's Celsius, like a specific flavor of Celsius. So
I mean, that's the thing. Celsius is allowed, as you know, in high schools, and it's just whether or not the principal is okay with it or not to be in there.
well, they're okay. In fact, they requested it.
They requested it. That's awesome. Holy cow. So the machines have been in operation at the school now, probably a total of maybe, 7 school days, 8 school days?
Maybe just a little over that. I think 9 or so, a couple weeks.
A couple weeks. Okay, cool. How did they do like on the first day? Because I know you're excited for that, the first school day, and I'm always excited for that to hear from clients, like, how you doing on that first school day? What happened then? Because a lot of times the kids don't even know they're there.
Well, thankfully the faculty and staff did a good job getting the word out. But I mean, the first day I think I did just at the high school like 70 vends or something like that in the first day. I mean, they clean it out by about 50% every day. So we're out there every other day.
That's amazing. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy to keep up with, obviously, and making sure we keep everything stocked in there.
And that's the thing, man. People come to me and they're like, they talk to me about the airport and the big museum and the big giant college. And I'm like, no, listen, it's that school of 400 students that'll blow you away. This is where the key is, man. You go where the kids are. You have the ability to go in there where the machines can be on all day long and they have compliant products, and versus traditional vending trying to meet the guidelines, we just have way more products, which means way more sales. And it was a guy I talked today who was in the South. He's like, Southern kids are gonna eat this? I'm like, you kidding me?
Yeah. And I mean, this area, it's a small school in a rural area.
Rural area.
I mean, yeah, the town itself is only about 5,000 people or so. It's on the edge of the Metroplex. It's growing that way, but it's still pretty rural. So it's just amazing to see. And a lot of them are cashless. There's a lot of cash too, more cash in the middle school. But overall, like I said, the numbers don't lie. I mean, 108 vends in one day at a school with 400 kids, 40 faculty speaks for itself.
That speaks exactly what Ryan was saying earlier. 10% rule is out. If you got 400 students and you're getting over 100 bins.
And even if, I mean, realistically, school's in session, what, like 6 months of the year or so, 6-7 months. I mean, if it does those numbers, you could afford to, you'd hit your ROI even with the summer months of it doing pretty much nothing.
Yeah, 100 sales a day. I mean, you should hit your ROI easily that 3 to 6 month period before school's even done. Yeah, for sure, which is awesome. And then for a middle school, I think we talked about that too. Didn't I say, hey man, middle school, 200 students? My estimation was about 40 sales, 30 to 40 sales. I was under on that, which frankly, I'm always going to be conservative for you guys. And because you're not alone, you know, if you've been keeping up with other clients, Mitch and Rachel, perfect example.
So our first day was $220 in sales in a day. That's 120 vends.
And it's sitting next to it.
And it's sitting next to a Coke machine.
You know, they went where there's a Coke machine and 650 students. They did 123 sales the first day of school, and the seniors were already gone for the day.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So what's next?
Like I said, continue to target and grow the route. I say I'll grow it as big as I have people to help me work it. So, and I have a couple people that are wanting a little bit of a side hustle and they like doing it. And so really that's
you're
it.
Gonna be out restocking machines every day. You might as well expand your route.
I know. I mean, that's what's been crazy, right? It's balancing. Okay, I could just pay someone more money to go out and fill it more, or I could buy a new machine. What do I do, right? And so I've been kind of weighing those options for some of these schools, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got the sales to pay somebody if they're going to go out there every day, but obviously to expand the route, it would make more sense to eventually add a second machine. You're going to keep up those sales at 70, 80, 90, 100 sales a day, and then be able to, you know, decrease their labor at that one school, increase revenue, and then as you expand the route. But I mean, I think it's amazing to be able to afford to hire somebody to operate your 3-location business in your first few months of business because of sales, right?
Yeah, and I just did some calculations on if, you know, these last few months play out over the year, and it'll be just shy of about probably $80,000 or so gross with essentially 3 locations. So
3 locations. That's awesome. And that's 3 machines. 4, well, technically 4 machines, right?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. Like, was it worth it?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just a matter of keeping up with inventory and some of the other things that go along with it. That it's a good thing when you have that much that you need to do, because it means you're selling, right? I mean, that's a good thing. So
we delivered you the business that you wanted, right?
Definitely. I mean, like I said, day one, once the machines were on the ground, up and running, had product in them, sales just came in. I mean, it's location, right? If you get those high traffic locations and put the right kind of machine, the right kind of product in there, then just makes money while you sleep.
Yeah, exactly. And then go to places where there's no vending machines, which obviously my team helped identify that with profiling the marketplace and making the calls, so you know where to spend your time and effort, dropping off location brochures, but then also removing existing vending machines. Didn't that happen at the sports complex?
It did. Yep, it did. They ended up removing those machines and putting in ours. So
next one will get you over 6 figures, right?
Yep, that's right. I mean, it'll honestly just take probably one more location, one more school would put us over the top of that. And I have a couple in the crosshairs right now that we're looking to target and try and get going. And I would honestly say half this business is the service you provide, both keeping the machine working, keeping it stocked, obviously the communication constant. I have the cell phones of both those principals, and we'll text and I'll shoot little things and they'll shoot things back. And that, I think, is probably, I would say 50% of the success of being able to do well at a location is that.
Yeah, you saw from your spreadsheet the amount of opportunity that we found where a lot of times they don't have vending because they got sick of the bad service, and we're able to fill that gap. I get clients that's like, well, what happens if somebody tries to remove my machine? Like, the only thing that's going to remove your machine is if you don't service it well. That's it.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Awesome, man. Well, cool. Can't wait to help celebrate you with get the next location over 6 figures, or maybe you add a second machine at the high school. I mean, technically, you keep it 70 and 100 of both of those machines at those schools. I mean, that'd be crazy to think about 2 machines at a middle school of 200 students.
Yeah, I don't know where they're getting this money from, but hey, I'll take it. Just keep putting in the machine.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Stetson.
Thanks, guys.